Welcome to PaleriderTV, back with another video. You've seen it, I'm sure, last few days. It's come out in the news and everything about the CDLs given out up there in New York State. And when they name the person, there is no name. Or there's a name, but it's not a name. It just says no name given. Yes, they actually exist, and they gave out a bunch of them. We're going to cover the story here from where I get the story. Trucking News Hub. If I can remember how to do this, let's see. Share the screen. Trucking News Hub. I found these people. They're pretty good news things. So I've been checking out their news stories, getting some trucking news. So let's check out the story right here. Phantom driver unpacking the no name given CDL controversy in New York. This is dated today, October 1st, 2025. Such a fresh story. It's by Dirty Dre over there at Trucking News Hub. Go check out their website over there, truckingnews.com, I believe it is. Recent revelations have thrust New York State into the center of a burgeoning controversy surrounding the issuance of CDLs, commercial driver's licenses, was a placeholder name, no name given. This practice, brought to light during out of state enforcement actions, has ignited a firestorm of concerns regarding public safety, federal compliance, and integrity of driver identification. Imagine going to a state, I don't know, Tennessee, getting pulled into the scale house. DOT officer there says, "Can I see your CDL?" Sure. And when he looks at it, it says, for the name, it says no name given. What do? You ask them for the real name? How do they get by this long with a CDL with that on there? I don't understand it. Maybe we'll find out. The controversy specifically centers on reports that individuals identified as undocumented immigrants have been issued CDLs in New York with a generic placeholder in place of a proper legal name. This practice has not only raised eyebrows, but has triggered a cascade of alarm bells across state lines and within federal agencies. So now it's New York State giving out these crazy CDLs, along with California and I believe Washington State. At the heart of the outcry are profound concerns for public safety. Commercial vehicles, by their very nature, pose significant risk if operated by unqualified or unidentifiable individuals. Yes, very much so. The thought of a large truck or bus being driven by someone whose identity cannot be readily verified and whose history of understanding of U.S. traffic laws might be compromised sends shivers down the spines of both law enforcement and the general public. Yes, be very afraid, general public, when you're driving next to that 18-wheeler. Who knows who's driving it? Pass them, get by them as quickly as possible. How can we effectively track or verify the driving record of someone listed as no name given? Questions a frustrated law enforcement official, highlighting the fundamental challenge this practice presents to routine traffic stops, accident investigations, and national security checks. The inability to definitely identify a driver creates a dangerous blind spot in a system designed for accountability. That is right. Federal regulations under scrutiny. The no name given CDLs also bring into sharp focus New York's adherence to stringent. I can't talk today. Of course, there's nothing new about that. I can't talk any day. Federal regulations. The CMVSA and the Real ID Act established clear standards for CDL issues, particularly emphasizing the need for robust identity verification, and a lawful domicile. A CDL's placeholder name appears to directly contravene these foundational principles. Wow. Federal agencies, including the DOT, have swiftly responded, taking emergency actions to address the improper issuances of non-domiciled commercial learners permits and CDLs. This swift federal intervention underscores the gravity of the situation and the potential for a broader national impact. New York's dual standards. New York State has long had clear requirements for obtaining a CDL, mandating proof of legal residency, valid identification documents that bear the same name and date of birth, and adherence to age and medical certifications. So, how do they get to CDL with the no name given on there? I want one of those. The state's much debated green light law, enacted to allow all New Yorkers, regardless of immigration status, to apply for a standard driver's license, explicitly carves out an exception for commercial licenses. The law states that it does not permit applications for CDLs. Well, how do they get from there to the CDLs? This distinction makes the issuance of no-name given CDLs even more perplexing and problematic. If the green light law doesn't extend to CDLs, under what legal framework were these commercial licenses issued? Very good question. The no-name given CDL debacle exposes a critical vulnerability in the system of driver identification and licensing. It demands a thorough investigation into the processes that allow such licenses to be issued and a robust reevaluation of New York's compliance mechanisms. The stakes are too high, involving not just administrative oversight, but the fundamental safety of our roads and the integrity of our national transportation infrastructure. As federal and state authorities grapple with this issue, the public awaits answers and assurances that the drivers of commercial vehicles on our highways are, without question, fully identified, properly vetted, and legally authorized to be behind the wheel. The phantom driver on this commercial road is a risk no state can afford to ignore, unless you're California. Then you really don't care. Shots fired at California. So that's crazy. How you go? What's your name? No name given. Ah, okay, Mr. Given. Here's your CDL's ready. I hear it now. Go in there and get your CDL. Say, my name is No Name Given. Take your picture. Okay, it'll be a few minutes till your CDL is ready. We'll call you. Just gonna have a seat, and we'll pay you when you come up here when your CDL is ready. So you go out there, sit in the waiting room, a couple minutes. They come over the intercom. They paid you. They say, Mr. Given, your CDL is now ready. Mr. Given, your CDL is now ready. Mr. Given. That is crazy. How's that, man? Talk about falling through the cracks. Well, that's more than a crack. That's more like the whole floor was missing right there. So, wow, crazy stuff. So, let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this situation. I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a good day and stay safe.